the Tsiolkovsky crater, which is not really a crater, it's a molten hole full of structures that you're looking at. Look at that. Look at the center of the thing. That's Dr. Berggruen said that that is an electromagnetic vehicle, the one that towed the moon to its actual orbit right now. That is the electromagnetic vehicle still attached to the moon, the one that brought the moon to where it is right now. It's just that NASA tempered the picture to death. Look, I lowered the brightness, the backlight, and still you can only see just enough to differentiate the sculptures. Really, those are sculptures of the same thing I've been talking about. And to show you what these sculptures are, look. I'm just tracing the outlines of the sculptures. One, two, I mean, you can see them perfectly. Even the thickness of each one of them. There's so many of them that it's just, if you don't know about this geometry, you will never guess what that is. Look, it repeats right here. You can see the same exact geometry. And it keeps repeating. Look, it goes this way too. There's another one right here, the same thing. Well, what the heck is that? Well, those are hands. That's all there is. The same geometry, just repeated millions of times. But it's so intricate because it's three-dimensional. It overlaps each other. It comes this way. It comes this way, opposite. It goes up like that, and it goes to the side. It goes down to, man, it's incredible, man, how, I guess God did that because only a God could do something like that, an entity of that level could do something so perfect, intricate, but it's just, I mean, so incredibly perfect, man. Look, the fingernails. That's a finger, that's another finger. And you see how it goes in every direction. It's just, it took me years to finally crack what that geometry was. It's so convoluted. But it's because of that, it's three-dimensional. Look, you can see it right here. That's the index, that's the middle finger, that's the ring finger. I mean, I will show it. I'll zoom in and show you the outline. You see, wow, man, that is incredible. And then you see it on the edges, but it just keeps repeating and repeating. I mean, it's all the same thing. Hands holding some kind of cylinder. And it goes to the front, to the top, and to the bottom, the same thing. So when you see one hand going up, it's the same hand goes down. That's how impossible these statues are, or sculptures. I say statue because that's what it looks, but really those are the same sculptures of hands. And they form, like I say, it's so complex because it's three-dimensional. How somebody could create something like that? Only, like I said, only a guy could do something like that. Check this out. When I take look, a hand right there, the knuckles and everything. Let me put my own hand on it, and you see. Look, right here. Look at that. The pinky, the ring, the middle, index, and the thumb. Like that. And you keep repeating all the way up like that. It's the same thing, and then it goes this way, and it goes straight up and sideways, and it overlap. It's deep. You keep repeating like this, then like that, then like that, and like, I mean, it's incredible. It took, that picture is just, I just wanted to show the middle of that thing, of that so-called crater, the Tsiolovsky. This shiny part right here, that's a fingernail. Look, it's rectangular and round. It curves. But it goes in every direction, the same fingernail like that. It comes like this, and it comes like this, and it comes like this. I mean, it's insane, man. Like I say, only a guy could do something like that. Huh? There's no alien anything there. That is a celestial, I mean, celestial from the Creator, from the higher consciousness, a level of consciousness. And look at the side, the very side. You see that tubby as a finger. And next to another one, look, like that. And that dark deal is the fingernail, like that. And then next, another finger, like that, bigger. And another one. But like I say, it goes on on under and on top of another damn hand, which turn into a huge finger, by the way. And you can see that it matches so perfect. I mean, it is difficult to explain this deal. It is difficult because it does that. If you don't know the geometry, to you that look like a bunch of spaghettis, tubes going every which way. But there are some of them that look, I mean, perfect. You can see a hand holding something, a cylinder. Most of the time, the cylinder is really another hand. Most of the time, not all the time, but it forms a figure. You can see it right here. Look, right there. You see that round? And then you see all this hand emanating from it. Look, right there. You can see it. And then that's the other finger, and the other finger, and another finger. Exactly like a hand. And then on the side, the exact same thing, opposite. But every part of that hand matches another hand, which matches another hand in every other direction. I mean, it's, like I said, only that kind of geometry is from a higher dimension. Look, right there. All those dark, really dark spots are fingernails. But NASA has tempered the image so bad that it's difficult to, it blurs, it's so blurred. Right down here, you can see an enormous fingernail, like that, from a thumb, I guess, that divides another hand that goes the exact same way. And each finger has a small hand grabbing it, like that. Like I say, it's all made with the same thing. That is like knowing, almost knowing the name of God, His name. See, and it forms a fingernail, the finger itself, the tiny finger grabbing that finger, each finger. At the tip, it formed that, but then it's part of another hand. It's difficult to explain this. See? Look when I take the writing off. You see that? You put your thumb, and it's exactly like it. Look, I'm gonna do I'm gonna put my thumb right where that is. And you see how it matches right here. Look, right there. See how the curvature of the fingernail and the shiny part, I mean, it's, like I say, it's so incredibly perfect that, like I say, only a God-level entity could create something like that. There is no, and all of that is molten. It's already the material. If it was metal, turned into something else so hard that it's impervious to anything other than a super badass weapon made by another high entity like that, like God, or like the creator that created this deal. These are all fingers of another hand, like that, and it usually has the same thing like this. It's a thumb,